just learn to mind your business. Mind your business. Did y'all got that? Say it again, baby. Man, say it for the people in the back.
What's up, guys? We are back with a special premiere. We are blown away by this show that we watched on Netflix. And
absolutely.
We felt like this would be a great time to get your opinions and your thoughts. I'm pretty sure we're not the only people who watched Harry and Meghan on Netflix. I guess like they talked about their love story and how they met, which was ironically online, like us, right?
I think it was a friend saw it through TikTok. His friend was on TikTok and he was like, yo, who's that? And that's how they actually met, through a friend through TikTok.
Right. And the friend kind of like played matchmaker. Like, how would you want to go on a date with him? It's funny because while they were talking about that part, they showed an interview of her like a year before they met. And she was like,
oh, yeah.
She was like, they were like, if you had to date somebody or which brother, William or Harry, you know, which one would you date? And she's like, who? Like, she has no idea who he is at all, you know? So obviously it's not like starstruck, you know, groupie status. Yeah. She could care less. And she's also an actress on the show. I've never watched the show. I'm not even exactly sure what the show is called. But
I don't even want to name it because I know it's probably going to be the wrong show. But she's been on multiple shows and, you know, she is fair-skinned. She's not brown-skinned. And so in the documentary, it shared a little bit about how she had struggles getting, like, being an actress in LA because she's a black woman. I think there was a point in the documentary where the guy, I forgot who it was, her friend or somebody was saying, you know, yeah, she's African American. They were like, nope, we don't want her. And then he was like, she's fair skinned, man. She doesn't even, and I was like, wow. It was so cringy just to see that. And we already know that these things happen, but to actually see it happen to her, and it's very heartbreaking for sure.
It talks about, like, I mean, obviously, you know, in the entertainment industry, she was saying she's having a hard time identifying herself because she's mixed race. She's mixed with black and white. Mm-hmm. And so, you know, obviously she's going for roles. She's too white to be black and she's too black to be white. Mm-hmm. So where does she fit? And I feel like that was her kind of thing, you know? And as time went on, she was shooting this show, and I feel like the friend connected them on social media or whatever, and they started this dating thing, but it was like obviously something that had to be hidden. So they were like, he said they would like dress up in like costumes and meet up in places.
Yeah, they dated in secret for so long.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And they seem to be okay with it. And it makes more sense why it needed to be that way later on in the documentary. But they dated in secret. Right. And I know some of us women are like, nah, let her know I'm here. Let him know I'm here, you know?
Right.
Because we want to be accepted, acknowledged, and loved by our partner, especially if the relationship is a little bit new. You don't want to feel like you're being hidden or you're a secret or, you know, someone's got someone else on the side. So we got to keep it under wraps. That to me was really interesting, but I understand completely, you know, his position.
Right.
So kudos to her.
Right. And what do you guys think? Could you have been the girl that's under wraps or the guy that's under wraps, you know, basically dating this high profile celebrity, but they have to keep you a secret.
And he said he lost many, many, many women.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because of that. He said it was just too much for them. The paparazzi, hiding, keeping a secret. It was just too much. Right. It really was for him.
Because it's life-changing if you think about it. And they do this a lot in the story where they relate that experience to his mother. And they tell her story about how once she was divorced and no longer technically royalty, they threw her to the wolves.
Yes.
The paparazzi, I mean, obviously the cause of her death, you know. So she spent the rest of her life haunted by this celebrity that she never asked for, you know. And how the hard time she had trying to protect her children and trying to protect, you know, her family from herself from these cameras.
Yeah, they were out having family time, and it showed in the documentary, and Princess Diana literally walked up to one of the men, a part of the paparazzi, and was just like, hey, do you mind? We're having lunch. I don't want my children exposed. Like, she literally put her hand in his camera and begged him for privacy.
Right.
And it is something.
Oh man. I mean, I don't know if I could deal with that, even at that level. Now we know the story and they go on and get married or whatever. But at that point, could you have been the girlfriend, the boyfriend that had to endure like, okay, I'm in secret and he's telling you that, it could get crazy.
Yeah.
Are you backing out or are you sticking around? You know what I mean? So obviously she stuck around, right?
Yeah.
And at some point they talked about how it got leaked. I don't remember the exact way how it got leaked, but
I think she was visiting him. And remember the little house they used to stay in, and she camouflaged. She did everything.
Right. I think they knew that it was going to be released ahead of time, and they felt like they had their one last hoorah, like they went out for Halloween.
They knew it was going to be released.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And then I think that they, won their last hoorah, and then when things went out, at first, it was amazing. Prince Harry has this new girl, actress Meghan Markle or whatever. It was like this celebrated thing. And I mean, if we're skipping forward, as things became more progressive and they got engaged, then it became this idea, like it was with her acting career and her childhood, like this black woman now entering in the family. And then they started talking about the real pressure of this. Like
it was everything was okay until it wasn't. Everything was okay until they were engaged, then married, then babies. And it was like every time they progressed in their relationship, it was something else to deal with.
Right. And the narrative was always smeared like, ghetto girl from LA, Compton.
Go back to Compton.
And it's like, so they use this narrative of her being this black ghetto chick from the hood, which is not true.
At all.
Right. But also, like, they use that to smear her in the royal family. So again, imagine being a woman who's dating a man that's royalty, right? And if you're in the UK and you're watching this, you probably understand what it means to be like, you have to wear a certain thing. You got to dress a certain way. You got to talk a certain way. You have
colors of what you're wearing.
What you're wearing, to appease the queen and the people and the higher royalty. Imagine being somebody that doesn't come from that life at all. And you go to another country to be in love, and that person requires this of you. Requires you to conform to something that you don't even fully understand. You never experienced in your life. And so I think very early on, Harry knew that she was the one for him because she
sacrificed.
She didn't turn away and she faced it head on. And I think that it got worse and worse and worse.
It was like she began to suppress maybe a little bit of who she is.
Yeah.
All the way down to the color of her clothing. And then it became, okay, now it's this, now it's that. Oh, now y'all have kids. And it was just, she slowly diminished herself to be with him. And she did it because she loved him. But at the end of the day, it ruined her.
Oh, man.
Depression.
Yes.
She miscarried their second child. It got really bad mentally for her and him, I'm sure, because he was really feeling, in the documentary, he shared a lot about how he was just heartbroken that he knew he couldn't protect her. He knew that.
That line right there really hit me when he was like, when they first started dating, people are trying to break into her house and disturbing her neighbors and paying them to put cameras up. And he's like, I'm thousands of miles away and I have to just tell her there's nothing I can do. He can't protect her. And at that point, again, you think in a relationship, at what point do you say, this is too much for me?
Especially how she kept saying, my life was good. I was working. I was happy. I had my 2 dogs. Like she was such in a good place with her. And then it's like, now I got with this man that I love and my life just...
Right. And let's not even just say it's just her life, her mother.
Oh, yeah.
Her friends. I mean, her neighbors.
The relationship with her father.
There's like these sacrifices. Like they literally, to be together, had to sacrifice things. And I think for her, she stated, which was made so public, like she felt like she lost her father. Someone that she was very close to and kind of like not really estranged from until this relationship began.
Absolutely.
You know?
They had always been close, and so it's like he sacrificed his connection to his family, and she sacrificed a whole relationship with her father just for them to be together.
Right.
And it's like, how much would you guys sacrifice? Would you guys sacrifice, certain relationships with family or friends to be with somebody that you love, even though all the intentions are pure, other than, some people doing things for money and getting pictures for $50,000 or whatever they were.
And even the niece who had to not get invited to the wedding because of the mother-in-law. I mean, her dad's next wife or whatever. Like her niece couldn't even. They had this great connection, this great relationship, and she had to sacrifice her niece being at a wedding and bringing her around because of all this controversy. And it's like not just controversy and stress that it brings to her, but the embarrassment it brings to they kept calling this, and it just makes me cringe when I hear this word, but the institution. They kept saying like it's going to embarrass the institution. It's going to, and like the name, and I think like, as an American, obviously we don't understand. I don't understand, like, okay, like fuck that queen shit. Like, like I just feel like, like to me, there's these institutions and you got to act this way or be this way. But really, we don't have an institution set up where people have to behave that way besides, let's say, government, right? Mm-hmm. But we know that people act out. People are crazy and they get to be them, and it's not fair that someone comes into it and having to take on these roles, that affects them and everyone they love.
Everyone they love.
And I feel like it was only necessary for Harry, I think, to renounce his throne, to be able, or renounce his title, to appease all the sacrifices that she did, And he did. He lost his relationship with his brother, which was really hard for him. Yeah. They smeared his wife and said that they couldn't get along and they were doing things wrong.
And then I think they even started comparing his brother's wife to Meghan. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I don't know what that was about, to be honest. Yeah. But it just seemed like it got really, really, really messy. Right. All for what, though?
Right. And a lot of people say all because she was black. All because she wouldn't play ball. It's like, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And guys, they even talked about, I don't know how familiar you guys are with the story. We actually weren't all that familiar, but we saw the documentary on Netflix and I was like, yeah, let's watch it. And so it took us to another level. But there was a point where they shared that it's customary, I guess, to, when you have a baby, you walk the baby in the parade. Is that what it is?
No, well, they were supposed to, immediately after giving birth, she was supposed to come downstairs from this particular place and take pictures in front with the newborn baby.
Yeah, so Meghan was like, no, I'm good.
Yeah, well, she said she had to have a C-section. So obviously you're not in a position to go get up and walk your baby downstairs after surgery to get your baby out. And two, she's like, well, we're in a hospital. Can we do it in the hospital? Well, no, it's not in the hospital. You got to have it at this particular place.
Yeah, it was just too much. And it was her choice, her body, her choice, her child, her family. And it just felt like there were so many things that were asked and required and customary. And it was just so exhausting for even me to watch. It's like, hell no, I wouldn't want to put my baby through that.
No. Right. And just honestly, for the sake of some photos, like, again, they end up having the baby, not in the same place, a couple of days later. And then, like she said, no matter what she did, and the tabloids are saying, Meghan says we have to do it my way. Or like she's disrupting, like everyone in the royal family has had it this way. And what makes her so special to change the rules, And I think that was the theme of the show too, was like, why can't she just conform? When she went for help, even like she couldn't even seek mental help, like, from a counselor or from a therapist because of how that might look to tabloids to embarrass the institution.
Yeah.
And it's like, so she's crying out for help and she can't even get the help because it's going to embarrass the institution. And at that point, it's like when you are a husband, or, you're a partner and you love your partner and you see them suffering so much. When do you say, like, okay, I have got to end this?
Yeah, at one point, she didn't even want to live.
Yeah.
She was feeling like, you know what, all of this is happening because of me. So if I leave, maybe all of this will go away. It was very sad, guys. It's a great story though.
Yes.
So we definitely encourage you guys to watch it, but it puts things in perspective. It really does, about love, relationships, race, your family.
For sure. And it also talks, one thing that I thought was beautiful to add in there was about help, like when they decided to leave, which they did, they decided to move, and they moved to Los Angeles, I believe. And they were going through COVID times. Obviously, he's no longer part of the royal family, so he has no security detail. They're all on their own. And he mentioned that people were showing up at this unprotected house with him and his wife. And so to escape, man, my boy, Tyler Perry.
Yo, shout out to Tyler Perry.
Man, something about, and I'll just say this real quick. I just feel like Tyler Perry is someone who like is blessed because he blesses. You know what I mean?
Did y'all got that? Say it again, baby.
Man,
say it for the people in the back.
Listen, y'all, he blessed because he blesses. And I think that's how you can see that, like, all of what Tyler Perry is. There's all these stories. Like, look up Tyler Perry helping Jennifer Hudson after the tragedy her family went through. It's like Tyler Perry is someone who like provides a safe haven, and he uses his wealth to like protect people, like, and I feel like this is on every level. You just only hear about it when it's a celebrity.
The backstory is Tyler had reached out to her. I think she said it had been months or years. I can't remember. Years. He reached out and said, hey, just want you to know I'm praying for you. He did his thing. And then she said years had gone by. I hadn't even really spoke to him. We never met. We never spoke. They never met this man ever. Or spoke to him. I think he literally wrote her a letter and that was it. So push came to shove. They were in a really bad situation. She picks up the phone. She calls Tyler Perry and she said she was bawling. She was just crying her eyes out, right? And he coached her through it. Hey, what do you need? What's this? What's that? What are you afraid of? And he was really there as if they had been friends for years.
Right.
And they stayed with him for 6 weeks.
And I think as a result, when they had their second baby, they named him godfather of their child, which is like... Yeah,
Tyler Perry is the godfather of their second child.
Yes.
I think her nickname is Lily. So Tyler Perry's her godfather.
That's just like such a beautiful story.
Guys, I was literally crying. I was crying, and I was crying because I just thought how kind.
Yeah.
How selfless. How empowering.
Right.
Like Lawrence said, to use something that God blessed you with to bless other people with. Like, I literally cried.
Yeah.
Stuff like that always makes me cry, because if we could all just be that kind, and I get it, we're not all like that 24/7, but if we could just exude a little bit more of that day to day,
right,
the world would be just a lighter place, just a little bit lighter.
Yeah, for sure. That's right. I feel like it's a true story of like what love can do even when the world is against you.
Oh my gosh, that's so powerful. Yeah. Literally what love can do when the world is against you, because she could have said, hey, I love you, H, because that's what she calls him, H. I love you, H, but I'm out. I can't do this. I'm about to lose my life. There's people threatening to...
Yeah, remember that? Whew. There are people threatening to hurt her. Man.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I think that it's true. Like, their love, I feel like because they fought it through and they decided to, like, I guess, lose the things that they once thought was valuable, they gained so much from their relationship, like from their losses.
Yeah. They literally had to leave relationships and situations and challenges and people and things behind just to be together. But to Meghan and Harry, it was all worth it. It's all worth it just to have their peace, just to live a regular life. Two people that are like an interracial couple that wants to be happy, that has children, that are in love. Like,
yes. Oh man. Yeah.
Learn to leave people alone, no matter their status. Like, for real. Yeah. Rich, famous, I don't know, multimillionaire, broke, poor, I don't know, royal. Just learn to mind your business. Mind your business.
Right. Leave people to themselves.
Yeah. And then the thing that gets me is sometimes it's people that do mind their business that are being
targeted.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're minding your business, then it's like, I wish everybody else would mind theirs.
Right. Yeah. That's so true. It's almost like the world attacks those who don't defend themselves. And I think that was their major split, is when she chose to defend herself, is when they basically cut themselves off from that family.
They had to. Mm-hmm.
Right. And just think of this man could have said, listen, this is my entire life. I'm protected. Mm-hmm. I can't do this with you.
Right.
Let's get a divorce because you're dealing with the drama. I'm not. They're hating on you because you're black. I'm not.
Mm-hmm. Or he loved her enough to divorce her.
Right.
Like, I love you so much. I don't want you to go through this. I'm going to have to let you go. Like, he could have left her. She could have left him, but they're still together.
Right.
They're in their new normal.
That's right.
They're, at peace, and they have their 2 beautiful children as far as we know. I don't know if they have any more children, but they seem to be doing well now.
Right. And what you think, and honestly, if you guys haven't seen it and you just got all the spoilers, so I'm sorry. But I encourage people to watch this who are lovers of love, because what it is a true depiction of a real love story and what that looks like, and even though you can cloud that up with like royalty and fame and celebrity and money and whatever, the true essence of it is like of a couple who basically came together, like Romeo and Juliet, like they sacrificed themselves
in the very beginning of their relationship.
Yeah.
We're not talking 3-4 years in.
Right.
This happened very early in the relationship where it was easy to go their separate ways.
Right.
So yes, I encourage you guys to watch it and just, watch it open-mindedly.
Yeah, that's
with no expectations, and then come back and leave a comment.
For sure. Yeah. Tell us what you think of it. If you watched it already and it's something we missed, drop it in there. If you're from the UK and you want to drop it in there and tell us what it is to live in a country that has a queen or an institution, and you want to drop some knowledge, please do that, because I don't get it, but I respect it.
Yeah.
But, I don't understand. But thank you guys for watching.
Yeah.
As always, man, we're always going to come and bring you guys like some deep things that are about love and healing and relationships. And these are topics that are important to us.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And for those of you who are still hanging in there with us, just know that for next year, we have a lot more to come. We will probably be taking the holidays to spend with our family. But when we come back, we will be coming back with more commentary, more interviews, more things on the list for you guys. That's all love, relationships.
We got some real fun stuff coming for you guys. So thank you for kicking it with us this year, and we hope to see y'all next year.
Yes. Come on, guys. Let's celebrate 2023.
Yep.
All right. Peace.
Love and light.